Is it on or off? All right. Good morning. Good morning. Just want to make sure that my microphone's working, that you can see the video. We've had some little computer problems here in the Short Hills office. How we doing, Conrad? How we doing? How we doing? All right. Everything's working. All right, my dogs. It is 6:31. It is January 8th. I don't know why I thought it was January 7th before, but it's January 8th. Anyway, hope everyone's feeling good. Definitely a little loose and wide market right now. A lot of different days, all have a different little flavor. At least yesterday, I told you guys the keys to the day, right? I was like, would they hold up Nvidia or not? Would they sell Nvidia, the best company in the world, at 153 and bring it down and sell the news, which would then sell every other risk asset out there? And that's basically what happened. Then you combine the TLTs making lower lows, and then all of a sudden the whole rates increasing, selling off the leaders. You know, the spies came in and it just produced a very bearish candles around the horn. So anyway, so here we are. Every day is different, and it's your job to adjust. It's your job to be ready. It's your job to wake up and get your mind right. One of the ways you'll be able to do that soon enough is 20 at 5:20 with me. I already did that this morning. It's not published yet. Hopefully soon enough. But anyway, so for today, actually, as I'm speaking, market's selling off. So in a way, that's good because I think most guys yesterday, including me, got out of a lot of risk. Got out of a lot of risk because of the size of this candle and the bearish nature of this candle, and got more flexible because, again, this is what you do. And now this pattern actually even looks, more like the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, high, lower high. The bear, stepped up right here, stepped up right there, and now we're moving lower. Actually, I'm gonna get my alpha team up, which is who I spend my morning with, and see what news came out because I am not sitting here watching right now. I know there was some chatter about Iran and Israel and this and that. Either which way, it's good for me because I'm pretty net shortish. Anyway, hold on a second here. Let me see. Let's see. By the way, this is what's good about having a team because I can go like this, and I could bring the alpha team over and say, good morning. Any news to reverse the futures? And by the way, that's my virtual trading floor. I have a lot less on. You can see a lot less options, a lot less positions. I'm actually short the spies. I'm also long some spy puts. There's Chillo. Why would the markets be closed tomorrow? Because tomorrow they're celebrating, not celebrating, but they're honoring Jimmy Carter's funeral. Let's see. I guess no one's saying anything, but anyway, we're going to move along here. So as you can see, I got out of a lot of risk. I'm not in any real market stocks right now. Amazon's candle was loose and wide. Meta's candle was loose and wide. What's it called? Tesla is still rebuilding. What's it called? What did I just do here? Hold on. I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, so with that being said, we have to adjust, right? That's what we do. We adjust as traders. So this morning I was thinking, are we going to have a retracement move? Are we going to, open up 20 handles and are they going to sell them? And then do we fade the open with 592 to 593 is your key resistance area, right? So from 597 down to 586, if the bears wanted to step up, that's where they would sell it. Same way from here to here, if the bears wanted to step up to make a lower high, they could. All right, now we'll see, what the story is. Hold on. Wow, everything's a little volatility this morning, my friends. Makes sense, though. Okay, but anyway, so we'll see. So right now the parameters are this. This is yesterday's low. Do we hold yesterday's low? That's halfway into the candle if they try and bounce them. If we break below 586, then you have 584, and then you have 580, 91, 580. So this is still the right shoulder as some things look a little faulty. Look at the Qs. Qs also kind of sold off where the bears would have wanted them to. It looked promising, but then what happened yesterday? The Qs broke yesterday's low, or not yesterday's low, what's it called? Monday's low, and that's what stopped out of a lot of the active guys. So when I talk about if something's acting special or something's making it easy to sit with or something's starting a new active sequence, that means as a trader, it's tradable and have a way to navigate it. So if you were long a lot of tech, basically I would have thought that if we were awesome, we would have held here, went sideways, and then taken this out instead of broke this. So that trade changed from tech being super strong and special to you don't know. Last time this happened, it came all the way down to here, made a lower high, held again, lower high. So anyway, 513.28 is what's it called? Is yesterday's low for the Qs. Let's see what the Qs are doing. The Qs are down 40 cents. Qs are 514.63. I would use 513.28. Does it hold above that or break it? Does it hold above that or break it? Does it hold above that or break it? That's your thought. Go back to the SPYs for a second. Same thing here. Do the SPYs hold above 586.78 or break it? Does it break below it? Do some price discovery and reclaim it. Those are the thoughts. That's all you could think about right now. And as of right now, SPYs are down 50 cents at 588, above 586.78, below that. So we'll see. And lots of things are broken, right? Look at Amazon. Amazon's up 18 cents, but Amazon yesterday went from being really constructive to who knows. What do I mean by that? Well, remember yesterday I came along Amazon, I had Amazon calls on. Well, if it was going to be great, it would have held in here, digested above 224. Instead, it broke. So if you were long Amazon and you're not an investor, if you're an investor for years, you just sit tight and you just invest, if that's what you do. But if you're a trader that trades for a living, that's trading January, that wants to get paid, this should have held. It didn't. So you had to get out of the way. Now all you have is 221.46. Does it hold above or not? Does it hold above or not? It's like a broken record. If it breaks below, then you have 218. If it stays below 224, this could develop an H cell setup for lower prices too. Then you look at Meta. Wow, what a crazy name. So Meta, I know some guys who got their Tootsie squeezed off. You know what Tootsies are? you never really want to get your Tootsies squeezed off. Or your Cajonis. But anyway, it went from having a big day where everyone thought we were going to break above 638 and Dana White was going to be enough to do it. And PS, boom, it was up and then sold down. If you tried buying a dip yesterday, you got your clock cleaned. So not only don't you want to get your Tootsies cleaned, you don't want to get your clock cleaned. But anyway, 605-ish is the spot. So let's see where Meta is right now. Meta's down $1.30. So right now, Meta is in no man's land. A lot of these things are in no man's land. Actually, things are starting to get beat up a little bit. So Meta is down $1.36. It's at 616. You really have nothing until 605. What you don't want to do is do anything in no man's land, because if you start buying Meta here because you're like, oh well, it was at 631 2 days ago, you have no points of reference until about what's this low here? This low is this is 608, this is 605. Maybe you can make a higher low and hold there and be just fine, but that's all I'm saying. Same thing for Amazon. Amazon now looks like, 221 is right here. If it breaks this, then you have nothing till 218. SPYs are coming in a little bit more again. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to the Alpha team and see what they see here. Oh, so if I ask them, Trump considers national economic emergency for new tariffs. All right. Trump reportedly weighs emergency declaration for the new tariff program. Thank you, Todd. See, it's good having a team. If you want a team, join the Alpha team. Anyway, this is better stuff. So I could talk to them, to my dogs around the world. And then I did short SPYs up 85 cents last night. Bit of a double dip. Anyway, so I guess this is going to be the Trump presidency. We're going to get, tweet bombs and this and that and all these things, which, it is what it is. We got to deal with it. Every year is a different type of trading year. So some people are like, Red Dog, why aren't you in Apple? Chase owns Apple. He's up 100% from 2020. I'm like, well, Chase is a Robinhood account. He's 16 years old, and he's an investor in Apple. Okay, for me, I trade Apple for a living, and Apple has given me no reason to be long. Shouldn't give you a reason to be long either. Apple was awesome last year. Apple was awesome when it broke 230. Apple was a great ad at 237. Was above the 821 day, but then guess what happened? When things break the 821 day, if you're active, if you trade for a living, you adjust. You get the hell out of the way. You don't sit long. I don't care that it's Apple. First stop was 257. That was when it was really elevated. The next one was when it played with the 8-day and never reclaimed it. So if you didn't get out of 257, hopefully you get out right around here when it confirmed the weakness. So there's always spots if you're active. If you're not active, it's a different story. If you're not active, you're probably not even watching me right now. So I'm talking to those who trade for a living, who are trying to make a living for their family. Anyway, so you had to move down, little of an oversold bounce. Hey, look at that. This trend, it was above the 821 day. This time it was below. So things change. Different, I call them active sequences, because as traders, if an active sequence is awesome, you're long trying to figure it out. If an active sequence is bearish, you're out of the way and you're testing levels. So now what? Here's 241.35 for Apple. Maybe Apple, turns into a little bit of a safety trade today. Maybe it doesn't. It's down 97 cents. Now Apple is different. It's below 241.35. Okay, so maybe it stays below. If it stays below, then there's really nothing into this 237 area, which would probably be a decent spot from 260 to 237. If you're an intermediate investor, maybe it's a spot. If you're a trader, we don't know. We're just going to let it do price discovery. That's what we do. But again, that's why I'm not in Apple. That's why I'm not in Amazon. And that's why I'm not in Meta, because we're active traders and they're not acting special to stay with. I'm not in Tesla either. Tesla actually is my biggest risk. Why? Because I sold puts. I sold 360 puts for next Friday. If it gets to 360, I'm going to have to make a decision. Do I want to own it or not? Or do I want to sit in it and get converted to the stock? So from 488 to 366, 120 points lower into the 50-day, I thought the risk reward was decent here. But anyway, 390 is the low. You had your lower high, red dog reversal sell, which could have gotten you out after a tremendous move. That got me out. If you guys remember, in the 630 club with the Alpha team saw the positions. I bought the TSL Qs. I was selling calls. I was actually flipping from long to neutral-ish, to neutral shortish, to then just neutral. And then we've tested levels all the way down, and we'll see what happens today. Where's Tesla? Someone just asked me. Tesla's down $1 only. So we'll see. Yesterday, it actually went from green to red, gave you a trade, and then reversed. And now we'll see. 393. This is 390. This is your spot to really, to measure. Does it stay below? If it stays below, what's this level? This level is 379. Tesla, my friends, is not special. I'm sorry. It was special pre-election. It was special post-election. It hasn't been special since the red dog reversal. What's a red dog reversal? When it pushes above an area, squeezes some shorts out, and reverses below it. And then what's a sell rule? Well, look what happened here. It traded below a prior low. That's sell rule number 2. I posted the sell rules yesterday. Hopefully the sell rules helped you reduce risk yesterday, because the market, remember, I gave you like little simple things. Red Dog's a simple man. Okay, I don't talk complicated. I don't talk this, MACD, RSI. I do at times. Bottom line was, on Thursday when we started the year, we had no idea what was going to go on. We tested both ends of the range. I was neutral. Friday, I put on positions. I was neutral to positive because we were poking our head up. It was good to be really long into this day. Into this day, I was like, now I'm kind of still neutral to positive. And then yesterday, we opened up and they sold everything, so they got me neutral to negative. So that's just the amount of risk I have on. So one of the things we talked about yesterday again was Nvidia. Look at that chart. Oh my goodness. Look what happened here. 152.89. Did it get above and stay above? No. Conrad, did it get above and stay above? No. He's a young trader. He's only been doing it for a little while. Get above and stay above. It's a very sophisticated term. Then did it get above and stay above 152.16? No, Conrad says. So what do? Do you sell it or buy it or hold it? Get out the way. Alexa, play Get Out the Way. Let's see if she knows that song. This is what do you do when you don't hold above. Yeah, you gon' feel it. You better watch how you come, cause I'm still healing. People love to play the victim when you hurt their feelings. You've been playing in my face and now I'm looking okay.
See what we doing now. You don't want to clear the air, so I'm about to spread out. Back checking on your words. Don't be scared now. About to match your energy. Don't explain now. Boy, I've been finessing God took the gimme. They think cause I'm sweet that this more won't get sticky. They let the gas like the tank is on empty. You don't want no smoking, believe I got plenty. I hate your energy, so I'ma back it up. Somebody get this girl in house because she acting up. I know they hurt you in your past, so you acting tough. But I don't like your energy, so you can go ahead and back it up. I swear I'm trying to elevate.
I'm waiting for the part. I love get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Anyway, we don't have a lot of time for all of this. So, oh, here it comes. All right, maybe not. Anyway, this was the key to the day yesterday. Double top. Oh, here it comes. Anyway, that's that. Yeah. So that was couldn't get above and stay above. Then it broke below a prior low. That's another sell rule, right? And then it filled the gap and then came all the way down to the moving averages. So what I did is I bought a little bit of a lower strike because I didn't want to be in Nvidia because this is pretty broken. And if it bounced today, I was thinking, hey, will the bounce be sold? Will the sellers come in? And if it did do that, it would be right around here. So what do we know now? What was yesterday's low? 140.01. Oh, wow. Conrad just said I'm being rude that I didn't say hello to any of the dogs from around the world. Well, the comments are right here. Let's see. The rune says ludicrous. Crypto Eclipse says it's gone. Wrong song. All right. I don't think that's a song. I like the song, though. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Looks like a bearish reversal control bar. I like that Bobby 4.0. Are you Bobby 5.0 yet? This is everybody talking. Want to hear it one more time? Get out the way part? Here we go.
Time if it ain't gonna pay. Y'all better get on my face. Get out the way.
You could smile if you got out the way. If you didn't get out the way and you bought the whole way down yesterday, you're a little upset. Anyway, where's Nvidia right now? I think that's what Conrad did yesterday. He said he bought a dip and he got ran over, but we're not going to talk about that. Hold on, what'd you do, Conrad, yesterday?
I was trying to catch falling knives.
The hell's he doing catching falling knives? Doesn't he know he hurts? He's only 20 years old, so I guess he doesn't know that hurts yet. Anyway, maybe he learned a little bit yesterday. So here we go. Nvidia is bouncing back a little bit. It's up $1.30, 140, 145. So it's showing a little relative strength this morning. Not a whole lot. There's the SPYs, bouncing around. I covered some of my short from last night. What's up, Ali Hassan? Not yet, Red Dog. Working 24/7 to get to 5.0. Taking a mini vacation when I get there. That's cool. When you come to New Jersey, come hang out. Let's see who else we got. We got Mel. We got It's Time to Make the Donuts. We got Blair. What's up? What's up? The dollar is a problem. That's true. The dollar and rates are definitely a problem. Scott, any thoughts on CVNA short call? Hindenburg put out a report. They tend to be pretty accurate. Yeah, that was one of those names that they thought was going to go bankrupt, right? Anyway, get out the way. So now we see what kind of bounce back here. So with that being said, hopefully you get out the way of a lot of things. I did. I still have a little things left over that weren't so bad, and we'll see what kind of bounce back we get today. For Tesla again, one more time. Everyone wants to know what's happening with Tesla. So does it hold 390 or not? I'd love to see a red dog reversal today. I'd love it to push below 390, reclaim it. So remember when I was saying, hey guys, you could sell 426. You had to move from 373 back up into resistance. That was a better short. Yeah, it was. Now the question is, are we going to make a higher low here? I hope so. Otherwise, Red Dog's going to be stressed out because I sold 360 puts for next Friday. We'll see. Anyway, with that being said, we'll be very tactical today. Obviously, it looks like there's going to be a lot of moves happening. So some people are like, well, oh my God, Palantir. Well, Palantir gave you some clues to get out the way. That's going to be the title of my note. Get out the way, right? Here was your top. Here it broke above or broke below this area to at least tell you it was extended. So, from the 8-day, it was super extended. This was an active stop. And then yesterday, probably should have got out. Well, this day should have probably got you out because it showed relative weakness. Palantir, when Palantir shows relative weakness to the market and doesn't lead the market, you know what you do? Get out the way. So it wanted to break in 74.61, and this is your new point of reference. Where's Palantir this morning? Let's check it out. Down $1.50, 68.38. What's the 50-day? 66. This might be worth a look for a bounce. I'll look at it for a bounce. Why not? Everybody's so worried about the wrong song. Everyone likes to have fun. I love it. I like to have some fun too. Anyway, where are we at? Hold on. Everyone's coming in still. MU looks strong. You know what? MU might be something that could turn into a relative strength go-to stock, especially considering their deal with Nvidia, etc. But anyway, first is first. This is Palantir. It's at 68.48. Guess what that is? Anybody know what that is? What's 68.48 in Palantir? No man's land, right? You have the 50-day right here. It broke the 8.21 there. At least if you got out yesterday when it broke 74, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. You made the right decision at the right time. You saved yourself 6 points. And now the question is, can you test things lower? So one I would do is I would wait for a low maybe to trade against, or wait for it to get closer to the, what's it called? The 50-day moving average. Vaccine stocks up 5%. Kramer pounding the table on Palantir. I haven't watched Kramer since I did chart reports with him for 5 years. I used to do off the charts with him. He does know a lot, though. I'll give him that. He's been doing this a long time. But sometimes, he doesn't realize that if you're a trader, like remember last year, what was that stock that he pounded the table on all year that wound up crushing the world? It was like the payment stock. Was it Venmo, or was it one of those type of stocks? What was that stock? Anyway, is it a hold? Well, if you didn't sell it yet, if you didn't sell it when it broke below 80 or broke below, PayPal, or broke below here or broke below the moving averages, you're a little late on your sell. So I don't want to butcher your name, but so that's just part of the whole process. So Anouk is saying, are you long a call? I don't know if it'll hold, but somebody's saying, should I be selling Palantir now? To be honest, you kind of missed the prudent sell. This was one sell when it couldn't hold the breakout. This was a breakout. That was a breakout failure. Then when it showed relative weakness 2 days ago, and then yesterday. So if you're going to be selling Palantir now, chances are it's probably close to some kind of little bounce. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you got to be prepared, and you got to make better decisions. If you prepare your mind, probably during the 20 minutes of 520, you'd be in better shape. But nobody's able to do that yet because it's not released yet. Anyway, with that being said, what else? Microsoft's up a little bit. Okay, Microsoft was upgraded. Some of the little ones have been working. Someone asked me about why am I in. I have two little guys that I like, which is not for everybody. But I like LIDR. This is LIDAR, which if the whole market sucks, this is going to suck too. But I started buying it in here. This is the 4D sensor technology. I think that this stock could have a life higher. It's got a low valuation. Take a look at it. Risk is up to you. So that's one of the things I'm in. And this ARBE also. If you go to the weekly chart, this is the Israeli company that made the deal with Nvidia. This was $8 is resistance. This was up here. So these two stocks I'm going to try and stay with and buy dips. But that's different, but as long as they sound special, as long as they act special. If the market really falls apart, nothing's going to hold in there. But if you remember, I had SOUN here, okay, after they announced their deal with what's it called, with Nvidia, and look where it went, okay. And if you go back to the deal, it was noisy. So this was one of the names. These are all the times I wrote about it way back when. You had the news right here, went up to 10, came in, consolidated, and then Nvidia invested in them for a reason. Now, someone's asked me what now? Now it's in a corrective phase. But basically, I think that those two names are two names that could continue. Where would you buy a SOUN? Maybe down here. What could you have seen to get out of the way if you were riding this trend? Once it broke the 8-day right here, I would have been out at 21. But look how beautiful this active sequence was. But here was where it was on the consolidation. This is when the news came out and you had to move to 10, sideways and gone. So those two stocks I'm kind of thinking could be good ones. Anyway, Boeing. I don't like Boeing because Boeing could change any which way. if you're an investor, I'm sure Boeing is fine. You don't really care. But if you're a trader, it could look great, and then it comes out with some kind of news. It could look great, and then God forbid some people get killed in a plane accident. It could look great, and then the door could fly off. But overall, I guess it's kind of fine right here. It's not a 267. It's not a 198. This trend's a little bit better, but it kind of broke this trend. So I would watch right here. I personally, these are what I call the battleground hard. These are hard stocks for traders. For investors, chances are Boeing at some point, could be 2 years, 5 years, it'll be fine. Bitcoin, I got stopped out of Bitcoin yesterday. Why did I get stopped out of Bitcoin? Just because I'm being very tactical. I've been in Bitcoin, the IBIT, since the turkey trot started. Remember the turkey Tommy was running, and I said we can get to 85,000. Then he handed off the baton to Santa, and Santa was the 100,000 dash. Well, right here was 108,000. Okay, then it did a breakout failure. That's when I got tactical on Bitcoin again, because I trade for a living. So I get tactical when the 8-day breaks. If you're an asset allocator and you're putting money to work every single month in gold or Bitcoin, that's cool. Maybe you put 10% in Bitcoin, 10% in gold, 60% in equities, and 20% in bonds, or whatever your pie chart is. But if you trade actively for a living, Bitcoin and crypto trade by momentum. They take my rules and then apply them 5x, because the moves are usually 5x more than a regular equity. So anyway, yesterday, I got back involved with IBIT here, sold most and got stopped out of the rest at 56.24. What's it doing right now? It's down 74 cents. So getting stopped out here when it went below a prior low and stopped acting special was a good spot. You could have saved yourself $2.24. Now it's at 54, below yesterday's low. Hey, maybe you could buy Versa low. So it creates so this is 51.77. Maybe it creates a higher low here. I will look to buy IBIT if we get a low and then it looks like it's acting better. That's what we call price discovery. So if you sold some strength, because this was prior resistance, by the way, this is where it broke down from. So this was a good spot to not add to, right? This was a red dog reversal buy. Here was a spot to add to. This was your reduce. This was your stop out. And now maybe, you could be a buyer of IBIT into this spot or not. So that's my thought there on that. Anyway, it's holy cow, it's 6:58. I could go on for hours. And I have no teleprompter. I have no team here. I have just Conrad. Come, put your face in for a second, Conrad. He can come on in.
How you doing?
That's Conrad. Conrad is a 20-year-old student at Rutgers who loves trading and is helping me do a lot of things for Red Dog Mindset. But he also wants to learn how to trade. Anyway, we're here, and your 30 at 6:30 is done. I've already did the 20 at 5:20, but no one can see it yet. And hopefully, you're getting prepared. You're getting your mind right. It's 2025. I know for me, I weighed in at 194 pounds, and I'm hoping to get to 174 by April. I did my 36-hour fast on program. No beer, no wine, no bread unless it's on a sandwich, no French fries, no carbs. But you can have bread on a sandwich, but you can't have the chips and fries. You could have a Red Dog sandwich, you just can't have the fries. And you could have some alcohol, but just don't have beer and wine. Have some kind of like a high noon. A little less carbs and sugar. But anyway, that's the simple version. Good luck today, guys. I got to do 40 charts now for the Alpha team and get my note ready for the Red Dog report. Actually, it's called the Redler report. Thanks for tuning in.